2026 at 5:35. And this is in the council chambers here at the Reading City Hall, second floor, 815 Washington Street, Reading, PA 19601. I would like to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of
the United States of America,
and to the
to the
republic
republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to take a moment of silent meditation. Thank you so much. And may I have a roll call, please?
Pastor Morrison.
Here.
Linda. Myers. Here. Ms. Sheen. Ms. Poulad.
Here, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful. Dee's here.
Ms.
Excellent. And Bullock. Excellent.
Ms. Bradford.
Here.
Mr. Mejia. Here. Ms. Quinones is absent. Mr. Rivera is absent. Ms. Perez is absent. So we have a quorum.
Excellent. At this point, I would like to entertain the public comment. Those of you, Jonathan, did I have a, public comment. Mhm. I think the list is right there, yes. Right there.
Oh, I do have the list over there. They gotta sign it.
They did.
Oh, I
did,
apologize for that. Yes.
Okay.
Pass 1, 2.
Thank you. If you would like to state your name and did you get the list? The list for the public comment? Okay. Mhm.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Here at the City Council Chambers. It's a beautiful night tonight for us to discuss good agendas and the brilliance of this Home Rule Charter Commission. My name is Cesar Cepeda, and I'm a community member. I'm a citizen of the city of Reading for over 50 years, and I'm excited about the Freedom of Toxic Trespass Initiative. I believe that we should all just be elated about leaving a legacy behind to all of the children of the city of Reading and to create our mark in the United States of America. So that way we would be the forefront of people in the community that's just going to change the world and how the world is. People don't know the dynamics about the importance of environmental safety. A lot of people just go through their daily lives every day and don't know that the Home Rule Charter Commission, the city council, all of the great people in the city of Reading that work in city government is working diligently to create safety for the future of our children. And it is so important that we have to understand that the world was different 200 years ago. And with the coming of the age of industry, it's about to just fade away. We're going into an era of technology. And for the last 200 years, industry has been polluting and causing autism. It's been causing lupus. It's been causing cancer. It's been causing all kinds of illnesses, known and unknown. And us, as the people of Reading today, that we can stand up today and say, we're going to be making a landmark decision to put on the ballot the freedom of toxic trespass, which means very much to the future of everybody in Berks County. And to be proud and hold our head up high that the rest of the nation is going to see us for who we really are. It's for the beautiful people who are going to engage and to create a true law that's going to help save lives. And my name is Cesar Cepeda. I'm the founder and the executive director of Forward Thinking Communities. I have a nonprofit organization that highly engages in employment, environmental science. I also working on a low-income housing initiative, create housing for all of the people that are living down at the river at Tent City, from the Buttonwood Street Bridge all the way down to the Penn Street Bridge. I believe everybody should go behind that river road there from the Buttonwood Street and take a look of what's happening in our community, because that's never happened in the city of Reading before. And we have to, as the Home Rule Charter Commission, be the powerful entity to create the change that's needed to establish housing, environmental safety, to be there for the people. And I yield to the next person who's going to talk. Okay? Thank you, guys. Miss Evelyn Morrison?
Can you elaborate? I will give you just a few minutes to talk about what the toxic trespass has meant in the past,
Yeah.
and the efforts that has been done
Yes.
in the community.
We the People is the one who initiated the freedom of toxic trespass with various agencies that do law. We made sure that we had the law behind us, because you can't create a new referendum or initiative without true backing of true knowledge of law. We're citizens, so we're not lawyers, but we were guided step by step to make this initiative and create it and had it placed in the courts with Judge Gavin. And Judge Gavin, when I went to court to establish the right for freedom protection from industrial or commercial or local citizens for polluting right next to your house and just dumping toxic waste around your family, that we would be protected by the law. And that's how it was written, by true lawyers and professionals. And Judge Gavin voted in our favor. And he said, Caesar, that was a great job that you guys did. And we believe that now is the time for everyone here to take responsibility, and let's protect the future, because that's what we're here to do. This is the City of Reading's Constitution. It's the power of Reading, the Home Rule Charter Commission. And I'm so proud of everybody here, because this is the step forward for our City of Reading. And I thank you, Ms. Evelyn, for inviting me.
Thank you, Caesar.
yeah.
I appreciate it.
And that's a little bit of the history of the toxic trespass. Thank you, guys.
And now Tracy Savanak.
Yeah, that's it.
Excuse me, Tracy.
Hi, I'm Tracy Savanak. I've been living here since 2014, and it's the same topic, freedom of toxic trespass. And I noticed a lot of people were sick. And I thought it was from the homes, because like one of our places had radon, they all had mold, they were all unstable, like nothing passed legally. But people have been making comments about the community. And I know that whatever I can do, whatever you can give me knowledge on, I want to know where these places are, because the worst thing I saw so far was a stench of body defecation. But I don't know like a lot of this stuff. So I just want to learn as much as possible so that I can step up to the plate and be used for whatever you guys want me for. And I really appreciate all of you and taking your time to have these meetings. And I really appreciate all the work you guys do. You guys are special people to step up for this community, and that takes a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. And we have David Rodriguez.
Hi, my name is David Rodriguez. I wanted to share, I lived in New York. One day I turned my faucet on and bird crap came out of that faucet. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. How can, a faucet spit bird crap out? I was like, I'm never drinking water again. And one day I was on Penn Street and this guy, he was selling hot dogs and he would give me free hot dogs. And he spoke about the water in Reading. He said, you can't even drink it. You can't even brush your teeth with it. And you can't even take a bath. And I was like, why? Why? And he says, it's all toxic. And I was like, how's that? He says, the pipes, hundreds of years, it get rusted, it get mold, and all that goes into our water. And I was like, wow. Anyway, I was in the hospital one time and there was two incidents. One was on toxics, how in the city of Texas, they have this place where they have barrels of toxics, and the rooms are made out of salt. And they said that if that salt if one of those drums ever erupted, that toxic will go all around and it will kill billions of people. And I was like, wow, I hope that salt lasts a long time because I don't even want to die when that comes. And there's a lot of stuff that people ignore, and we have to stop ignoring it. We have to stop ignoring people smoking around you because secondhand smoke kills people also. So if secondhand kills people, imagine what toxic could do to a person.
Thank you very much, David.
Bye.
Are there any other public comments? Okay. I elections, and we did have it stamped for the valid questions. And we had, and it was, of course, premature because the deadline is the 17th for the submitting for the election in May, okay, for the primary election. So we wanted to make sure that we went to look at what what the experience would look like. So we did submit it, those that were approved, and those that were approved. And so I got a call back and they had spoke with the solicitor. They had spoke with you, Ed. They had spoke with the managing director for the city, for this county. And I believe they even spoke with Linda. And it was understood that the city, the mayor and the council members must approve to put on the ballot, okay? So we're in a deadline simply because it takes 2 weeks for the ordinance to sit in city council and be reviewed, and then they could act on it. So we're going to miss the submission for the primary election. And that's okay, because it gives us an opportunity to educate the public as to the kinds of things that they're getting ready to vote on. And we don't want to say yay or nay. We want to be able to give them that information. So it gives us an opportunity to really dig down and educate the people in so many areas, as the number of, it looks like it's going to be perhaps 13 or 14 valid questions. So we really want them to be informed. So I believe that this gives us an opportunity to work with, even though we're going to be dismissed as a commission, but we will continue as advocates to move forward to educate and work with the charter board, because the charter board is, they have jurisdiction to educate the public. And it would be good for them to be educating the public on terms of the valid questions. So we're looking forward to continuing our work, those of us that are in the community and as advocates. Now I would like to approve the minutes. And if you have no corrections or anything that needs to be altered, please make sure. Did you get here, Ann? Thank you. Take a minute to review, because all of you were here. You did already, right? Okay. No, wait, hold on. Ann, are you okay? Okay. All right then. We thought so, but not so. The 26th. Mhm.
I'm sorry, we are unable to hear if you're not.
I'm sorry, because I forgot to turn on the microphone.
Okay, could you repeat
well,
that, please?
Yes, I said I see in the agenda that they have scheduled additional meetings, but today is supposed to be our last day. My commitment, I don't have those days in my schedule.
Okay. Okay, so noted. Okay, are we ready to entertain the motion for approval? Okay, is there a second?
Microphone.
I second.
I move that we approve the minutes from last week.
Said I second the motion.
Okay.
For the third time.
I third the motion.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those
Aye.
opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it, so it is approved as of the minutes. Okay. Okay, so we do see one, the 19th, and then also the 26th February, and that's going to be in council chambers. So we really want to, be here, and let's see if there's any surprises that will take place for that last meeting. If you can be here, I hope that you will be here. Okay. And so now we're going to look at discussion of the next priorities on the work plan. Okay, the survey question is not yet finished. We'll know very soon. And then also we have a consideration of the referendum question. It is.
Before we move on, may we address the survey?
Can you speak up, please?
Yes, this is Deborah. Before we move
Okay.
on to item B, could we discuss the survey results? Could you share with us what's happening? I know we didn't have nearly the number of surveys to put through the results process, but would you give us a little more detail on what's happening? Because at this point, I would have expected those to have been in quite some time ago.
It would have been if we would have had the deadline and if we would have maintained it. However, the person who's doing it is going to be Dr. Ridley from Alvernia College, and he was out today. I was looking for an update, so I don't have an update for you guys, but hopefully the next week we will be able to hopefully have them submitted and then have the statistical analysis done. So we're looking for another week on that.
How long have they had them?
Any other questions?
She asked how long.
Yes, how long they've had it.
About 2 weeks.
And how many total survey results, how many total completed surveys did we receive?
I didn't count them. All of you were supposed to be doing 30. There were not 30 in the mix for every individual. That would have been a nice piece, but not everybody did that. And then we had submittals from the various organizations. Dave did a few things, and I did a few things. The NAACP has not yet reported, so I'm looking for Jennifer to get back to me for the results. Dr. Ridley is part of the NAACP, but I don't believe she consulted him. So we have some outstanding.
So
So
would it be somewhat accurate to say that we submitted to the university for the results approximately 300 surveys, maybe? Was that close?
yes, oh, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just concerned that it's taking them a long time to come back
Well,
with
like
their
I said,
summaries.
next week will be our tally,
Okay.
okay?
Thank you.
I had to, um, push back the deadline twice for people to submit them. So one of the reasons is we did push it back twice. So I'm sure that had something to do with it. Okay. All right then. Is there anything else? Any other questions? Okay. So we were about to look at the language for the toxic trespass. And if you would refer to the draft that Ed has prepared, he did clean up some of the words. The email that you got, it's the same, but there's just a few words that are different. So do you have any concerns or questions or comments?
Well, I read the first 6 proposals. I just read this one last night. I'm sorry. Thank you. And I've listened to a number of the people who told us about the challenges that they faced. We heard last week from someone who had family members severely affected by the faulty insulation and asbestos in her home. Today, I heard a conversation between members of the City Council, the Reading Environmental Council, and several community members about the possibility of banning plastic bags and plastic straws in the community because of the harm that they can cause to people's health. These issues can be very complex. Trespass can be very complex. I want to thank Ed for sharing with us the state and federal statutes that relate to the release of toxic substances. There's an immense number of them. I personally was involved in enacting several of them: the Municipal Waste Planning Act, the Hazardous Waste Cleanup Act, Growing Greener, and the Safe Drinking Water Act. So I appreciate how complex and detailed these issues can be. The statutes address a myriad of issues, establish standards for pollutions, foster remedies, and in some instances offer funding sources for the abatement efforts. As the environmental health concerns about exposure to toxins launched the environmental movement in the 1970s, which led to a lot of these statutes being created, resulting in dozens of state and federal laws about the release of toxins, from pesticides to lead and paint, gasoline, and hazardous waste. Because people are typically exposed to numerous sources of toxics, such as the non-stick coating on their frying pan, or fire retardant pajamas, or smoke from a campfire or burn barrel, it's usually nearly impossible to identify all the sources of an individual's environmental exposure. Therefore, the laws generally focus on reducing the risk of harmful exposure by reducing the amount of toxins that can be released into the environment, where they can harm people. Permits and reporting of releases of toxics to the air and water, and cradle-to-grave monitoring of hazardous waste storage, treatment, and disposal are key components of state and federal laws that have reduced the number of toxins in the environment. That said, there are a lot of questions and a lot of unresolved, and so some issues with this charter change. The original proposals were more detailed than this, so I'm a little concerned that this one is less precise in terms of what it's talking about. But this is a very complex and important issue. One probably that necessarily extends beyond our scope here at the Charter Review Commission. The part of the environmental health picture has not been as well addressed about how people can know whether their property and neighboring properties are safe, reasonably free from toxics that present environmental health hazards.
Excuse me, Dave, can you speak up a little louder?
Sure.
Thanks.
And people are unaware of how to avoid exposures to toxins that are permitted, such as lawn and garden products and plastic components. Requiring environmental assessments to be submitted with local permits would help inform the public. Most purchases of property already require such an assessment to be performed prior to that purchase. My suggestion is we ask the mayor and city council to bring together some of the existing resources to explore ways in which they can address these issues and challenges that have been identified. The city has already done significant work addressing lead exposure. That has been a good example of how things can be addressed, of how it can and should be addressed. Bring in the Environmental Advisory Council, the Health Advisory Council, Public Works, Codes Enforcement, the City Sustainability Director, RAWA, Parks and Recreation, representatives from City Council and the Community Development Office, among others, to discuss what are these issues and how do they affect people, and what are the problems and what could be solutions. How does the proposal that Dee suggested to improve the operations of the Citizen Service Center play a role in this discussion? They should engage the State Department of Health and Environmental Protection to seek their advice. They should contact the Attorney General's Environmental Crimes Unit for advice. In addition, we should recommend that the Public Health Office include a focus on environmental health. This would be more effective in identifying toxic trespass than trying to duplicate the many state and federal programs that exist to reduce our exposures and toxins. So I want to suggest an alternative amendment to this amendment, and that is.
Excuse me, Dave. Was it on the agenda?
I'm talking about the motion that's on the agenda. I'm suggesting now an alternative version of that.
I do. I understand that.
Can I finish?
I understand
Almost
that.
done.
Okay, go ahead.
Whereas Article 1, Section 27 of the Pennsylvania Constitution provides that the people have a right to clean air, pure waters, and the preservation of the natural, scenic, historic, and aesthetic values of the environment. Pennsylvania's public natural resources are the common property of all the people, including generations to come. As a trustee of these resources, the Commonwealth shall conserve and maintain them for the benefit of all people. The government of the city of Reading shall commit to preserving and protecting these natural resources and the rights of people to clean air, pure water, and preserving its natural resources. This would be an amendment to the preamble to the city charter. So I'm suggesting that as an alternative to this motion.
Say that again, David. You're suggesting that for an alternative to the toxic trespass?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Now,
Yeah, this obviously is
all
an
right.
important issue, but the language that I had, the challenge, I think, with the language of the toxic trespass proposal is it's not very clear. And I think emphasizing the constitutional right of people to have clean air, clean water, and enjoy the natural environment is significant. It's what we're trying to focus on here. There are other groups that need to be brought to the table to have this conversation before we adopt this as an amendment to the city charter.
Well, is there somewhere, a hand is raised?
Deb, D.
Thank you. Okay, I was looking for the button to lower it.
Speak up loud.
Okay, is that a little bit better?
Better.
Okay, okay, great. I like what I hear you saying, but I want to get clarity. Are you saying that, well, let me ask a question. Where are you saying that what you're proposing would appear on the charter?
I think in the preamble.
So you're suggesting an opening paragraph.
Yes.
All right,
Sort of the
I have
second
one.
opening paragraph.
I'm sorry?
Sort of the second opening paragraph. I shut off my microphone. Sort of
Okay.
the second opening paragraph.
Well, I absolutely love the idea of moving this from way into the document to the very forefront as setting the tone of what all expectations are. But I do wonder why not include the phrase freedom from toxic trespass right in the wording. Because that then, like you covered so many areas, very specific, but that phrase kind of wraps it all up, don't you think?
No, I don't think it's a very clear and precise definition.
Okay, I'll have to look at your wording, but I feel like it does. And I think and not only that, but I think that seeing it at the very beginning of our set of laws sets a tone that is much stronger than we're planning to put the current referendum we're discussing. If we can't get those
Right.
words into your version, I think we should be voting on both.
The challenge that I had was that we had so many different alternatives of the toxic trespass, and some of them were incredibly detailed that I think were frankly problematic.
Let me say this, without it overshadowing the clean air and the clean, I would like us to stay focused on this particular toxic trespass. And so not to get it confused with what we go into the preamble. If you look at that, you also are looking at the city council and also city council and the mayor creating the ordinances so that they would build up this particular thing. We looking at a new section. Now, Ed suggests that we do a new section and look at 14. So that it will then be perhaps the necessary area to deal with any type of either environmental issues or any other types of clean air, clean water as well. So, is there any other question? I'm sorry, Ed. Not sorry.
That's
Ed.
it.
Dave.
This is Dave.
Dave.
And what I was doing was proposing this as an alternative amendment to this language of the toxic trespass.
No.
So just so I understand, we haven't reached the point in which somebody makes a motion and then we discuss it. We're still just having general conversations.
Conversation, yes.
Okay. I reiterate that we already have an EAC, a sustainability manager, as well as it is not our job to make ordinances. The charter, as it is written, does not have room for ordinances. And this is something that is an ordinance that we need to ask of the city and council and talk to EAC and talk to all the other channels that exist to help get the information out there. Because earlier we heard some testimony about some information that's out there that maybe not everybody has. Our water in Berks County is amazing. The RAWA has taken on the job of lead pipe exchanges. Like it's documented, it's on the website, it's on the federal lead pipe website as well. So Reading Water is fantastic. The testing, because I follow the testing on it. So there's a lot of information out there that a lot of people don't have. While I understand the topic is super important, and I agree that it is necessary, and we need ordinances on it, but it is not the Charter Review Commission's job to create them.
Anyone else?
I think that a toxic trespass amendment to the charter would be duplicative of existing city and state law and federal law. I think we're pretty much covered. I think the Pennsylvania Constitution, as Dave pointed out, takes care of a lot of things that would be covered by toxic trespass. So I can't support a toxic trespass amendment.
Okay. So that is anyone else?
But I would support a
Clean air.
Dave's statement
Right.
as part of the preamble to the charter.
Then I would ask for a vote. I would ask for a vote
On what?
so that we could satisfy this. Okay?
On what?
On this particular, as it's read. Can you read that, please? Can you read that? Yeah.
Toxic trespass.
Would you please read that?
So the proposed draft referendum question is, shall the City of Reading Home Rule Charter be amended to add Article 14, Section 1 to establish a freedom from toxic trespass right to protect residents and the local environment from any poisonous health hazards? The freedom from toxic trespass right shall prohibit any person, corporation, LLC, or government from violating this right and shall impose liability for all toxic substances and hold all violators legally accountable. The mayor and city council shall enact the necessary ordinances to effectuate the purposes of this section in the City of Reading Home Rule Charter.
Okay.
So
Do we need a
somebody-
motion?
Somebody should move it and second it so you could have a vote on it.
Okay, I'm asking for a motion to approve.
I will make the motion to approve the freedom from toxic trespass referendum. Question.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I second it.
May I ask for the vote and the roll call?
Second. Okay, Pastor Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Myers,
No, I have problems with the language as written.
Ms. Melendez,
No.
Mr. Mejia,
Yes.
Ms. Bradford,
Yes.
Ms. Bullock,
Yes.
and Ms. Sheehan.
No.
Motion carries 4-3.
Thank you. As we can look at this, it's tough because you're asking, and we're not talking about clean water, we're not talking about clean air. We're talking about, we call it the deadly radium, thorium,
We're talking about the
beryllium.
environment.
Those
hazard.
are the types of things. Now, EPA cannot govern everything. Not everything is reported. So then it needs to be brought together for the necessary collaboration so that we can be able to stop and hold liable the people who are polluting, whether it's going to be clean air, clean water, or it's going to be the deadly ums. We have a list of the deadly ums. Beryllium has been in our, I'm sorry? We're not worried about this motion. We're talking about what people are experiencing in terms of the environment.
I
I
understand.
And Dave, you know what? It's been interesting to see the dialogues and the interactions, whether it's in this room or somewhere else. And when the people said, the people, not us, the 11 people or 10 people or 9 people, when the people said that they wanted it to be an election, a ballot in the question, we're not allowing those people a voice when we say no. Let them vote. Let them be able to see where this goes. And I think you'll see that it's going to go very, very positively so that we can stop
There are so
the
many
cancers.
technicalities and details related
Of
to
course.
this that are not clarified in this motion that you
It's
put
okay.
out. That were, if you look at some of the earlier motions, they were a lot more detailed, quite frankly,
Mhm.
somewhat
Sure.
concerning.
The reality is that we're going to have to answer
Yeah.
for something that is out of our scope and out of our reach.
You don't know that.
It is absolutely
You
out
do
of our
not
reach
know that.
because it is not within the charter.
You do not know.
Ma'am, yes, I do. I can read.
No.
I have the ability to read and
don't know.
comprehend and what the
Yes.
job description is for this charter. And it is not
It's
that.
not a job description. But anyhow, if we voted, yes.
I think the only other, if I can move this along, the only other item of business is you should vote to approve the submission of the draft ordinances containing the approved referendum questions, including the one that was just adopted to city.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
May I
For
ask a
next
question?
meeting, if you want to.
May I ask a question?
There are meetings. Yeah. We
May I
did,
ask
we
a
did.
question?
We did, Tanya. Whether you can be there or not, we're going to move completely
So you're not
forward.
going to let me
Because
make,
we have, put it on the next week's
why
val.
can't we do it now?
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Okay, now,
Wait a minute. What about, why can't Dave make a motion?
because we didn't have it on the agenda, and we said we were going to put it on the agenda, right, Dave?
I said I was going to substitute it for the motion that was on
But
the
it,
agenda.
but it wasn't on it's not on the agenda.
He said he was
No.
substituting it.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
I did. That's
What
what I
about of
said.
the people, by the people, and for the people?
You did this today, right?
Ed, can you clarify this, please, for us?
I think any motion can be made. It's on the agenda as consideration of toxic trespass. So my opinion would be that Mr. Myers could make a motion relative to toxic trespass.
So I can read this?
I'm not running the meeting. I'm just giving my opinion.
But
Okay to read it?
sure.
Shall the City of Reading Home Rule Charter be amended to add Article 14, Section 1 to establish, oh, that's yours. Sorry, never mind. That's yours. Never mind. Whereas Article 1, Section 27 of the Pennsylvania Constitution provide, this is in the preamble. Whereas Article 1, Section 27 of the Pennsylvania Constitution provides that people have a right to clean air, pure waters, and the preservation of the natural, scenic, historic, and aesthetic values of the environment. Pennsylvania's public natural resources are the common property of all the people, including generations yet to come. As a trustee of these resources, the Commonwealth shall conserve and maintain them for the benefit of all people. The government of the City of Reading shall commit to preserving and protecting these natural resources and the rights of people to clean air, pure water, and preserving its natural resources.
And your location is for the preamble.
Yes.
So the preamble would be almost two areas. One would be the rights of the people
Right.
for a safe city, and then moving towards the environment as well as the, okay.
A clean and safe
Now, we
environment.
don't have a quorum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, good. Okay, okay. All right. All right. Is there any other questions or comments before we make the motion?
Ready to lose Tanya.
Who did we lose? I'm sorry. What did you say, Dave? Oh, where is Tanya?
Meeting.
Oh, Tanya had to leave?
She chose to leave,
Okay.
but she's outside in the hallway.
Can I go grab her and get her?
No,
Why
no,
not?
no.
Yes.
On our side, the
She
screen
made
is
it very
split.
clear to leave.
Yeah, on our side, the screen is split, so it's hard to see the commissioners. But anyway, so
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize that Tanya had. I mean, I saw her. I thought she was going to ladies' room. I didn't know she left. Okay.
So are you back, Tanya? Good. We expected you not to be there. But now you have changed your mind.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. The dynamics of our commission. Go ahead. Was there any other discussions?
I'll second it.
We have a second. Can I have roll call, please?
Oh, I didn't even hear the motion. Who made the motion?
The motion is to amend the preamble to the city charter to say, whereas Section 1, Article 27 of the Pennsylvania Constitution provides that the people have a right to clean air, pure waters, and the preservation of the natural, scenic, historic, and aesthetic values of the environment. Pennsylvania's public natural resources are the common property of all the people, including generations yet to come. As a trustee of these resources, the Commonwealth shall conserve and maintain them for the benefit of all people. Then the government of the City of Reading shall commit to preserving and protecting these natural resources and the rights of people to clean air, pure water, and preserving its natural resources.
Okay.
So that's my motion.
Okay, we had
I second it.
a second. Ed, would you give us a roll call, please?
Esther Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Mejia,
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Ms. Sheehan,
Yes.
Ms. Bullock,
Yes.
Ms. Bradford,
Yes.
Ms. Melendez.
Yes.
Okay, that carries 7-0.
Thank you. Very good. Okay, that wraps up our ballot questions. And Dave, Ed, would you like to now,
With the two that were adopted tonight, let me just.
so you had.
So there are 14 approved ballot questions. It would be appropriate, in my judgment, for someone to make a motion to authorize the submission of the draft ballot questions to the city council and to the mayor so that city council can as they're required to do, as mandated by the section 1203 of the charter, uh, adopt the ordinances through the ordinance adoption process to put these 14 ballot questions on the ballot for consideration by the voters.
Okay, before we do that, Ed, we need to go through them because I wanted you to read them in our last meeting, but we didn't have time to. So for the sake of everybody, but did they get sent to the individuals?
Yes.
So
Yes, we all got them.
And
Except for these last
anything.
two.
They've all been sent.
anything-
They've all been sent except the last two that were adopted tonight. I have to draft the actual ordinance.
Okay, so.
And may I ask that we get a fresh, clean set exactly as we would be presenting to City Council? Because I'd like to see it in totality.
Sure.
Thank you.
Ed. So when can we expect that in?
Can I would like to, there was a motion, an amendment that was approved about the, I think I proposed it initially about realigning council districts every 10 years. I would like to withdraw that because I think it is duplicative, because there is a redistricting commission already in place. So I would like
I'll second it.
to make a motion to withdraw, I believe it's number 9.
Ed?
Yep.
Okay, so. In our working group of referendum questions, number 9 was a proposed referendum question to which states shall Article 13 transition Section 1312 of the Reading Home Rule Charter be amended to provide that the boundaries of council districts shall be realigned every 10 years based on the most recent U.S. Census so as to provide for proportionate representation.
Ed, what is the legal protocol for withdrawing once it's voted on?
I believe a motion can be made to withdraw any of the approved referendum questions, and if there's a second, then the motion would be put to a vote.
I second it.
It's fine with me. I mean, I'd like to make a motion. Is that what I have to do?
You did.
That's what I thought.
And seconded.
Sonia seconded.
Okay.
Any discussion?
Yes. Why are we moving it?
Because there already exists a redistricting commission that meets every 10 years.
And
In
in
the
alignment
city.
with the census?
Yes.
Oh, understood. Thank you.
Mhm.
Just someone did know what we were doing.
Any other questions or comments?
All right.
Okay, can we have a roll call?
Pastor Morrison,
Yes.
Ms. Sheehan,
Yes.
Mr. Mejia,
Yes.
Mr. Myers,
Yes.
Ms. Bradford,
Yes.
Ms. Melendez,
Yes.
and Ms. Bullock.
Yes.
Okay, that motion carries 7-0. Draft referendum question 9 is withdrawn.
Any other questions or comments?
I move that we accept the motion, I can't even talk anymore.
Draft
Take
ordinance.
your time.
That we accept the drafts as they are written and as they were mailed out to us, with the exception of number 9 that was just removed.
I will second that.
Are number 2 and number 12 on the list?
No, number 2 was withdrawn.
Okay, good. Okay.
Microphone.
12 was adopted. 11 was not, was tabled. How about instead of reading them, everyone, I just run through and summarize?
I mean, it's up to the group. If they don't want it read, just summarize it, that's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine with me.
Is that okay?
Okay, so ordinance number, and I'm going to just call them out by the number that relates to the referendum question. So question 1 is the creation of the Department of Public Health with the authority to collaborate with community partners and which will be fully operational within 2 years. The second one is referendum question number 3, which will merge the Board of Ethics and the Charter Board into one board called Ethics and Charter Board. Number 4, what was number 4 is to provide that no member of City Council shall serve as a voting board member of any municipal authority. Number 5 is to provide that the term of the city clerk is to be 5 years and that the city clerk should not hold any office or position in a political party. Number 6 is to provide that the mayor shall appoint one chief of police. Number 7 is to provide that no member of an authority, board, or commission may serve more than 3 terms consecutively. Number 8 is to provide that no active city employee may be appointed or serve as a voting member on an authority, board, or commission. Number 9 was withdrawn by action tonight. Number 10 is to provide an amendment to the preamble, which will add the following language: ensure equitable and inclusive access to all residents without regard to gender, race, ethnicity, language, sexual preference, religion, and/or immigration status to the city's governmental programming, services, and processes. Number 11 was tabled. Number 12 is to provide that individuals should not be disqualified from appointments to an authority, board, or commission because of taxes, fines, or other amounts owed to the city, provided that at the time of such appointment evidence exists of satisfactory arrangements for payment of such amounts. Number 13 is to provide that appointment to boards, commissions, and authorities, the appointee will receive from the city 2 hours of orientation regarding the purpose, operations, and affairs of the authority, board, or commission. Number 14 is to provide that the city auditor can conduct independent forensic audits of all city departments, boards, and authorities in every mayoral term. And then the 2 that were added tonight, the first one is to add the Article 14, Section 1 about the freedom from toxic trespass right. And then the last one would be the motion that Mr. Myers just made to add additional language to the preamble as he read. And I believe what should happen is there should be a motion to approve those draft ordinances and to authorize the submission of those ordinances to the city so that the city can then do what it's required to do under the Home Rule Charter Section 1203 to approve the ordinances, which will cause the referendum questions to be directed to the Board of Elections to be placed on an upcoming ballot.
That's exactly the motion I made earlier with the same words.
Yeah, that's what I thought we're working
I
on.
will make that motion, please.
And I will second it again.
No, wait, hold on. D,
Yes,
what did you say?
I said I would second it again because I thought
Oh, okay,
we were
there
in
you
the
go.
conversation after having already made the motion, but am I out of order?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussions, questions, comments? Then let us call for the vote.
Pastor Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Myers,
Yes.
Mr. Mejia,
Yes.
Ms. Melendez,
Yes.
Ms. Sheehan,
Yes.
Ms. Bradford,
Yes.
and Ms. Bullock.
Yes.
Okay, that carries 7-0.
Okay, I would like to, what time do we have? 6:36. Are there anything else? Is there anything else? There was an assignment giving to the commission to share their essays for the, are you leaving again, Tanya? Okay. Okay, very good. Okey doke.
Have a
Have a good
nice
day.
evening.
Thanks, Tanya. So, did I get them all? So I didn't get yours,
You
Ann?
didn't get anything from me and probably you're not going to.
Not going to? Okay, fine enough. Anything else? Dave?
No.
No? Okay. Jonathan, I know you're working on it.
Come back to me.
Okay, all right. Any, Deborah?
Well, I mentioned before I do not intend to do an essay. However, as the treasurer, I will be submitting a portion regarding all things that treasurers should report on. It's not going to
Okay,
be,
all right.
it's not going to be a very happy report, but I do have that coming. When do you anticipate having the final report ready? Because I'm assuming my deadline's going to be just prior to that.
We'll know by the next meeting.
Okay, because I haven't even
Yeah, we'll
begun,
know by
but
the
I
next
do,
meeting.
okay, but I do want to do a good job laying out, what happens.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, and so I will make a comment that those that have not shared any essay or any written material, then they would be listed as not participating. So that's, so we have this report to do, and I could dismiss the council or the commission at this time, since our work is almost done, but we still have the report for the surveys. And I would like for us to be in session when we have that report out. So I won't dismiss the commission at this time. Okay?
I believe that since I introduced some of the amendments, I think that that serves as my record of service.
Okay, anything else? Is there any public comment after you've heard and participated in this? You can, yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
That one hand washes the other, and both of them wash the face. I myself don't like to throw stones when I live in a glass house.
Oh, thank you,
His
David.
microphone might not be on.
Dave, put your microphone on and please repeat it.
You know, when you point at somebody, remember these three fingers are pointing back at you. I always said to myself, never throw stones when you live in a glass house.
Thank you very much. Mhm.
I'm glad you guys make it real because I'm just happy that it was real and you guys are able to settle your disputes because you don't want to see anybody fake. And I really appreciate the honesty here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I have a question.
Yes.
Earlier we had a speaker. He was talking about a judge, Judge Gavin. What's Gavin's first name? Is it James? James Gavin. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because anything that deals with the charter, you can take it right into the Commonwealth Court. And whatever the issue is, if it's justifiable or it has a merit, then the courts will hear it. And so that's our higher resolve in terms of the courts. And, you know, there's some things that need to be vetted in terms of the scope of what we had to deal with. And I think there's some things that may very well have to be vetted by the courts. And I think it would be really good to look at those kinds of things. But that is outside of our purview. That's going to be something else. So I think there's some things that need to be looked at. But for all intents and purposes, we have two more meetings, and then we can be able to look at the survey and then also the final wrap-up. So that's why it was so important to look at the comments and the experiences that were here as we saw them and what the processes were, pros and cons. That's the only way we're going to really learn, and especially with our younger people who really are at the beginning of their leadership. And hopefully we'll be able to encourage those leaders to continue, and especially the next generation. Okay, so without, Ed, do you have anything else to say or do? Okay, very good. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Are you available tomorrow morning?
Yes, I am available. Yes. To,
Have we
on the phone
adjourned?
or in person?